Hey guys, it's Luke from Mix It Made Simple, and today I just wanted to talk to you about this concept of a magic pill and why it's important that you understand that they do not, in fact, exist. I'm going to get to why I'm bringing this up in a second, but first I want to give you my definition of what a magic pill is. A magic pill is something or someone who promises you unrealistic results in an unrealistic amount of time. An example of what an actual magic pill might be could be a real pill that you might take. And you take this pill, someone says you take this pill and you're going to lose 50 pounds in 1 week. Or you take this pill and you're going to add 20 pounds to your bench press in 1 week. Or a more relevant example could be like a cryptocurrency or an NFT. And say there's some YouTube influencer who creates an NFT and he says that if you just put your money into it, say $1,000, then you're going to 10x your money in 1 month. So what made me want to talk about this? Well, I've been seeing some advertisements lately from a company in the music production world. And if you're a music producer, you might already know who I'm talking about. But this is a company who makes promises that if you use their VST plugin, you just put it in your DAW, it's going to instantly come up with all of these amazing melodies for you. Or they have another product where if you just throw it in your DAW, you're going to instantly have amazing chord progressions and you're not going to have to do any work at all and you don't need to know any music theory at all and none of that matters, right? Well, maybe you should ask yourself, if your goal as a music producer is to create great music, don't you think it'd be beneficial to learn at least some music theory or have a basic understanding of chord theory and how to structure a basic chord progression? I'm not saying that you have to be some amazing musician like an amazing piano player or amazing guitar player, but it certainly would help to learn an instrument or have some basic knowledge of music before getting into music production, or at least learning these things while you grow as a music producer. The thing is music production isn't easy, and if it was easy, then there'd be a lot more famous music producers out there. The fact is it's difficult. I mean, it's fun, and it does get easier the more skilled you get. To get to the skill level where music production is easier, it's going to take you a long time. It's going to take a lot of hours of hard work. You can't just take a magic pill and get there in 3 months. It doesn't work like that. And this goes for any skill, whether it's a sport or a job skill or you want to become a doctor. All of these things take a lot of time, a lot of practice, a lot of hard work. For example, do you think that LeBron James, he was just a mediocre basketball player and then one day he bought some magical pair of shoes and then these basketball shoes are what took him to the next level? It's like, no. What made him great was the insane amount of hours he probably played since he was a little kid every single day of his entire life up until now. Or let's use the example of becoming a doctor, like a surgeon. So I don't think nowadays it's as intense as it used to be, but back in the day, if you were in med school, then you're going to have a lot of sleepless nights where you're working 24 hours in a row. You're going to probably work 80 hours a week. You're going to be studying all the time. You're going to be tired. You're going to be doing this for several years straight. If you start studying in college from 18, you won't even become a doctor until you're like 28. There's just certain things like this that you can't do overnight. If music production is something that you really want to do, then you should expect to not be very good at it for at least a couple of years. And I'm not saying you can't be good at it earlier than that, or some people might take longer. But if you go into it thinking that you're going to be amazing and that there's going to be some plugin that you can buy that's just going to make your mixes sound better or make it way easier to come up with great music, you're just going to come up short. Personally, I think the correct mindset to have is to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process and be happy with every little bit of progress that you make. You should be able to look back in 1 month and notice that you've gotten just a little bit better. And then 6 months from now, if you look back, you'll notice you've gotten way better. And then 1 year, and so on and so on. You'll just notice that you've gotten better and better as time goes on. Be okay with having plateaus. So your progress isn't going to always look like this. It might be like this, and then you flatten out, and then you make a little bit of progress, you flatten out again, and that's okay. It just takes time and effort and focused, deep work to get good at any skill like this. And one thing that's cool about this is you should be happy that most people aren't willing to put the hard work in to become great. So if you're someone who knows they can work hard and you're never going to quit, then you're going to go a long way. If you put the time in and it's something that you're really passionate about doing. You know, if I was doing music production and I hated doing it and I and I didn't enjoy it, then I would have quit a long time ago. But I just love doing it, and I love the little amounts of progress that I make, and so I just haven't given up after all of these years. When we look at people on social media or we look at people from the outside, it's always presented to us in a way that they just were always amazing. But what we aren't shown is all of the years and years of hard work, and maybe these people had like a couple years where they just thought about quitting, but they just didn't give up. So you just have to cultivate this mindset of, if you really want to be a music producer or be very skilled in anything in life, be in it for the long term. Don't give up. Know that you're going to have to work. You're going to have to put a lot of hours into it, and really just don't fall for any gimmicky, clever marketing that promises you any shortcuts. I've personally, in the past, have wasted thousands of dollars on amazing monitor speakers, thinking that if I just got these speakers, then suddenly my mixes would be amazing. And then it turned out that didn't help at all. It's really all about doing what you can with what you have. And then, of course, if you can afford great speakers and great gear, then go for it. But know that as a producer or a mix engineer, those things aren't going to be what make you great. It's really the hard work and knowing your gear really well. Think about someone like Skrillex. Do you think a guy like Skrillex, Sonny Moore, if you just give him a laptop and some crappy pair of headphones, you think he won't be able to come up with some amazing music and probably mix it pretty well? It's like, of course he will, because he's just very, very skilled, and he's been doing it for several years. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Try not to fall for gimmicky marketing. If you really want to be good at this, just know that you're going to have to work hard, and it's probably going to take you several years to get good. But enjoy the process. Try to find joy in all the tiny incremental successes throughout your journey. It's okay to focus on big stuff too, but if you only focus on the big, then you might find yourself always coming up short. Hope that helps your mindset as a music producer and just having a good mindset overall when it comes on to any endeavor in life. So if you like this video, do like and subscribe, all that stuff. It really helps my channel grow. All right, thanks.